Chelsea Football Club are now looking for a left back, a young left back. If only we had two on loan. Lewis Hall with an option to buy, looks like he's set to be going, and Ian Maatsen on loan at Dortmund with a release clause of 35 million. However, today's video is about Ian Maatsen and his explosive comments. His comments are basically confirming everything I've been saying. His comments literally are proving everything I said, that the issue is not the board when it came to his future. It's not the sporting directors. It's not the pure profit. It's Mauricio Pochettino. Then we've got some news regarding Armando Broja, and Chelsea are going to be getting paid £4 million, and I'm going to tell you why. And more importantly, Jamal Musiala. So it looks like if Jamal Musiala ever leaves Bayern Munich, Chelsea will be getting paid 20% of the fee. I'm going to explain to you why, and it's an interesting one, so stay tuned. Make sure you grab some popcorn, make sure you relax, hit the like button because we're aiming for 1,000 likes on this video, and number 2, subscribe because we're super close to 33,000. We're literally like 60 people away, so make sure you do it. Now let's move on with the video. Chelsea Football Club, in my opinion, made a big mistake. And the mistake was, I don't think they vetted Pochettino properly. Because when they acquired Pochettino, they sold us on this one narrative. We're going to lower the age squad, which they did. We're going to reduce the wage bill, which they did. And we're going to promote youth, whether it's from the academy or whether it's the academy that we're going to buy externally and push through. One of the ways we're going to balance the books is by trading the players that once they get to a certain level, we'll flip them on, they'll move on, and we'll balance the books because we don't have the stadium. It makes sense in theory, right? However, the problem arises when you start having assets on the books, Ben Chilwell and Cucurella, that are paying so much that if you basically let them sit on the side, you're wasting money because you're devaluing them, and more importantly, you're spending ridiculous amounts of wages, and they've become a sunk cost because you can't get rid of them. You basically now have to beg someone to take them, and in an instance like that, you might even have to give them a severance package to move on because they're going to accept more money because no one else will give them the wages that you're giving them now. But this is where the problems arise. Ian Maatsen started the season at Chelsea, couple cameos here and there, all pre-season he played. Left wing, number 10, right wing. Not once did the man play left back. And it's so frustrating because when you think about it, he is a left back by trade. And his comments in this interview were absolutely eye-opening. He says, number 1, I am a left back. He said it out in front. I am a left back and I'm ready to compete. Then he gave clarity regarding his time at Chelsea. He said, my plan was to stay. So straight out the back, he's made it evident. He wants to be at Chelsea. If he wanted to stay originally, trust me, if the opportunity is there to stay in the summer, I think he will. He said, I was done with my loan spells. I did my loan spells. Now it was time for me to play for a big club. This guy knows how talented he is, and more importantly, he did his time. I think, if I'm not mistaken, Coventry on loan, then there was a loan to Burnley. Prior to that, there was another loan. He literally went all over Europe. Like, I think at one point he went to Holland and had a loan spell there. I think it was for PSV or Ajax. It was one of the two, I don't remember. But this player did his due diligence. His team enabled him to go out on loan, become experienced. So when he returned to Chelsea, he was ready to play for a big club. And he openly says it. But he goes, sometimes football just works like this. And what was very interesting, he said, the pressure at Chelsea is so different that managers sometimes don't feel like they can give you an opportunity. And the environment's not there to give others an opportunity. And I want to play. And this is where the problem lies. Mauricio Pochettino did not want to give him an opportunity, not because Ian Maatsen's not good enough, but because he made up his mind that he needed height and experience. Ian Maatsen, if we had Ange Postecoglou come in the summer, if he won out of the 3 people of company, Ange Postecoglou and Pochettino, that were on our 3-man shortlist, what a crap shortlist that was if you look back at it now, because Ainge is the only manager that I think would have worked. He would be playing because he's secure on the ball, his ability to receive it in tight spaces, he can pass the ball forward really well, he's got a good cross, he's got a good engine, he's tenacious in a tackle. He would be playing for Chelsea right now. But the problem they have is that they say he is too small. And for me, this is a massive problem because you can't eliminate players purely based on height. He's too good of a player to eliminate based on height. And now he's got a release clause of £35 million, and I will not be shocked if there are multiple clubs that are going to be sniffing around for him, and then he's going to leave us because we can't do anything. And it's really frustrating considering Fabrizio Romano said Chelsea are going to be looking for a left back. Lewis Hall, I totally understand. Lewis Hall, for that money, is an unproven quantity, £30 million. It makes total sense to sell him because you have Ian Maatsen, who is ready to contribute now. Yet, Ian Maatsen is not going to be contributing now, and we're going to have to go and spend £30 million, £40 million on a left back that potentially won't be good enough. It's really annoying, it's frustrating, but it's the facts that we have to deal with. Because I'll tell you now, the board would have loved the idea, the sporting directors would have loved the idea to keep Ian Maatsen at left back, and more importantly, flog out Cucurella, flog out Ben Chilwell, and cut the wage bill. It's down to Pochettino. In regards to the financial issues that we might potentially have, we've got some positives. So unless Armando Broja, who has gone on loan to Fulham, but let's just say he hasn't hit the ground running for a matter of different things. Number one, he came in and Muniz decided that I'm going to start scoring goals now. So don't worry, Andre Silva. At this moment in time, you don't miss Mitrovic at all because I'm here. I'm going to take over the mantle. I needed half a season to warm up. Now I'm going to start scoring. And then he got sick. And when he was sick, he missed a few key weeks and Muniz has made that spot his own. So unless Broja plays in every game from now till the end of the season, and I think apparently it starts and plays allocated minutes, Fulham are going to have to pay Chelsea £4 million and they've covered all his wages. So for Chelsea, this has been a great bit of business. Broja is going to come back. He's going to be a little bit more recovered after his ACL injury with more game time under his belt. And hopefully a bunch of clubs that are going to be trying to want to buy him. But the reality is the fee that Chelsea have been asking for in £50 million is just not there. Armando Broja is not a £50 million player at this moment in time. Armando Broja had hype of being a £50 million player. Armando Broja had potential of being a £50 million player. But the more we see of him, the more we're seeing he's not. And it's very frustrating when you think about it big picture. Like, we're not thinking about it for the here and now. You have an asset that potentially could score a lot of goals because he used to be a shoot-on-sight striker. He used to be very quick, accelerate away from defenders. Now he looks like someone that doesn't know how to play the position very well. He struggles against deep block, and more importantly, he looks like he's suited for a team that's going to be hitting teams on the counter-attack the way Jamie Vardy used to do. And for me, this is a problem. This is a massive problem for Chelsea because he's one of the players that I think that they're going to be counting on getting rid before the 30th of June deadline. And the reason that's the deadline is so that we can register him under this year's account. I think what's going to happen is Lewis Hall's going to go. That's going to be 30 million. Ian Maatsen's going to go 35 million. And then they're going to have to generate some extra money. So, and the players that they're going to try move before that deadline, simple. Conor Gallagher, Broja, Chalobah. They're going to have to move two of them, and I think they don't want to move Gallagher. They will only move Gallagher if they can't agree a deal, or if it looks like the other two aren't signing, are going to get in moves away. So they'll just flog him £50 million, beautiful, happy days. We avoided FFP issues. And this is the position we're in at this moment in time. So we can sell, and then we'll have more sales to go on with the Cucurellas, the Lukakus, because I think those will take a little bit more time. And finally, a last bit of a story is regarding Jamal Musiala, someone that came through the academy, left Chelsea at a certain age, went back to Germany, which is, I think he's got one parent that's English and the other parent that is German. So he plays for the German national team. I could be mistaken. What's interesting is that he went back and Chelsea negotiated a fee. And the fee that Chelsea negotiated was in terms of a percentage. So if Bayern Munich ever sell him, Chelsea get 20% of the fee. And this is very interesting because Jamal Musiala could be moving this summer. I hoped Chelsea could try bring him back to the club because he's got so much talent. He's got talents in abundance. He's absolutely phenomenal. But, and this is a big but and it's so annoying, I don't think Chelsea are in the caliber of clubs that he's looking at this moment in time. We're potentially not even going to have Europa League. So what are we going to offer him? He's too good to not play in Europe. And maybe he loved the club at one point. Maybe he loved the idea of living in London. But I guarantee you, if he's available, certain North London club's going to be looking at him, considering the fact that they will most probably want a number 10 or somebody that can play on that left wing and give competition to Gabriel Martinelli, or someone that can play in the 10 and rotate with Odegaard or Havertz in the smaller games. And all of a sudden, we've got competition for this player. The good news is we can get 20%. The bad news is it looks like he could be in our league for years to come. And I've got a horrible feeling Pep's going to get his hot hands on him and just ruin the player. But this is just news from now. All I'm going to say is be positive about this season. There will be no video tomorrow. I'm going to give it a one-day rest unless something major breaks out. So what you guys can do is go watch the match reaction from the other day. If you haven't seen it, go watch the other news that over here regarding Jose Mourinho. And there's another video just so that Kavkas View flexes for you guys over here. So enjoy. Have a lovely day.